Welcome back to the Spitter Swallow Beer Review. Drinking and thinking this time. Just drinking a Yuengling, thinking, drinking. Lots to talk about. Well, not a lot. I don't keep up with the news, but I hear tidbits here and there. So, of course, the other night I was getting ready for work and heard on the TV. Want to start with that one? Yeah, why not, right? Let's start with that one. It's probably the biggest. There's two people that died, celebrities. I always pronounce her name wrong. Panettiere, uh, born August 21st, 1989, died on August 16th, right before her birthday, too, 2026. She died at only 36, just 5 days before she would have been 37. She was found unresponsive in an apartment in Greenville, South Carolina. As of now, that's probably where she's from originally, South Carolina. She did have a little bit of southern accent. As of now, the official cause of death has not been determined, so I'd avoid calling it an overdose at this time, even though that's what I heard on the news. But until it's confirmed fact, as you know, she was in the show Heroes, which lasted from 2006 to 2010, and of course, that was during the writer's strike. Was that between season 1 and 2? Great season one. I didn't mind season 2 or 3 too much, but then it really got worse after that. She played Claire Bennett, the cheerleader. Save the cheerleader, save the world. I mean, iconic phrase from that time frame. And her powers was regen. She get her arm bone pop out, she could push it back in and heal up. It was great. That's where I first remember her, even though I might have saw her in the football movie. Which one was that? I always get all those football movies confused. But remember the Titans? She played the daughter of one of the coaches or whatever. She played in that TV show Nashville. I'm not sure how many seasons she did with that. That's only the 3 things I really remember in. And she played in a couple of the Scream movies, Scream 4. I think she played in one of those other Halloween movies. She was dressed up as like Red Riding Hood. No, that was the girl that played in the X-Men. Okay, got her confused there. Okay. Yes, it happens. Yeah. So, yeah, sad news. Hopefully it was an accidental overdose. I don't think but she did have some problems. I saw in the news they had an interview with her 6 months ago, and she was talking about it. I should Googleize this. She was talking about when she was younger. I hope she wasn't too young, but when she first got into acting, and she was young when she got into acting, that some lady, didn't mention the lady's name, brought her into this room with a dude in the bed, and the dude just like this. And it gave hairy men a bad rap because she said, all I remember is that he was just naked laying there like this. All of his hair, like he had a hairy body, I guess. She didn't mention who it was. I like to know who it was. But she said she got out of there. Luckily, she got out of there. So we know, as far as we know, she got out of there. She might have lied. Might have been still too embarrassed to say what happened. Who knows? But it almost sounds like the Epstein type thing, like the girlfriend Epstein bringing girls into him. The hell. But I like to know who it was. What she says, a famous actor, Tom Selleck. I'm trying to think of hairy actors. Let's Googleize. Let's get our suspects just from being hairy. Let's see if they would even mention that at all if you ask. In an interview about 6 months ago, Hayden Panettiere said something about an incident she had when she was younger, actress, first getting into the business, that some lady brought her into some room. There's some dude in the bed, famous actor or a known actor, that was hairy, just laying there with his hands behind his head. And luckily, supposedly, she got out of there. But do you know who this actor and who was the lady that brought her in there? Who they were? Let's see if actually there's rumors about who it is. She didn't give the names as far as I know in the interview. And I'm not sure if any names were mentioned after the interview, but A famous British singer-songwriter, okay, in his 30s, not an actor. And an incident happened in a yacht in the south of France when she was 18. A famous British singer-songwriter. Okay. The woman hated to use the name Stella McMaris in the book, but that was a pseudonym. There's a lot of online speculation that she meant former Real Housewives of Beverly Hills cast member Diana Jenkins, because Hayden and Jenkins have been associated socially. Jenkins explicitly denied it, though a spokesperson threatened legal action against anyone, blah, blah, blah. But they think it was a famous British songwriter. I don't think they mention who it is. James Blunt is one of the names people have tried to connect to it, partly because he was a British singer-songwriter. Robbie Williams. James Blunt theory circulating online, especially easy to overstate because of it. Okay. Yeah, you'll have that. You get in show business, you're going to, your parents, especially after the last 10, 15 years, if a parent lets a young girl get in the show business, they better tell her, guys are going to try you. They're going to try to have sex with you. They're going to have their clothes off. They're going to tell you can't have these parts unless you do this, do that. Problem solved right there. She's been warned at that point. Now, if she goes into those situations, all she got to do is, I knew this was going to happen. My parents told me about it. Screw you. Or, okay, I really want that part, and I'll just go ahead and do it. One or the other, yeah. Well, let's get the first sip of beer. Anyhow, sad news that she died. I loved her in Heroes. Claire Bear is the HRG. Her adopted father called her all the time Claire Bear. I hated how that show ended. And then when they did a remake of the series, it was just a short mini series. They called it Heroes Reborn. She wasn't in it, but her character was mentioned a lot because she had twins that were the main thing of the show. Yeah, but she probably refused to do it. She died off supposedly after she had the babies or something. But anyhow. Now, not to have spoilers alert, but what happened with Claire's twins, after they were born, they were taken back in time, I guess, by Hiro Nakamura. So they grew up. So at the same time Claire dies, they're already in their teenage years or something. A month or two after she dies. Whatever the heck's going on. That was horrible. It was good to see some of the characters, but they only had Hiro, Matt Parkman, HRG, of course, the mother of Nathan and Peter Petrelli. Peter Petrelli wasn't in it. Nathan, of course, wasn't in it. That was it. Matt Parkman had I don't even know if Mohinder was in there. I don't think Mohinder was in there. Oh, it was mainly Matt Parkman, HRG, Mrs. Petrelli, a little bit of Hero. That was horrible. Anyhow, on to further news. I didn't know this till today. I was at the store, and while I was just looking at some pickles, I saw 2026 on their label. Established EST 2026 or whatever heck they put on their label. I was like, wow, this pickle relish company, whatever they are, has been around for 100 years. And then I looked at the lid, and it actually had a 100-year anniversary thing on the lid. I was like, oh. And that's Mount Olive Pickle Company, turned 100. It was formally organized on January 2nd, 1926. That's 3 years after my grandmother was born. God rest her soul. And my grandmother usually had Mount Olive pickles or relish anytime I went there. That's the only brand she had. It was in Mount Olive, North Carolina, when local businessmen wanted to create a market for area cucumber farmers. It started really small. Mount Olive began with a 3,600 square foot building, 1 acre of land that cost $1,000, and local investors who viewed the whole operation as a community proposition. That's a good setup for, imagine putting $1,000 into a Pickle Company in 1926 and seeing what it became. And it became big. One of the biggest. Yep. Yeah, they originally were even going to make the finished pickles. The first plan was basically to brine cucumbers and sell them to other pickle companies. When that wasn't working, they switched gears and began processing and selling their own pickles. So if they didn't switch gears, you would probably not even be hearing about them right now. Yeah. Other news, sad news, Frank Beard, the only member of ZZ Top that didn't have a beard, he only had a mustache, has passed away, the drummer of ZZ Top. He was the drummer for ZZ Top for 56 years. He, Billy Gibbons, and Dusty Hill became one of the rock's longest-running classic lineups, staying together until Hill died in 2021. I believe Billy Gibbons is still alive now. The great ZZ Top joke, Frank Beard was a famous member who generally didn't have the giant beard yet. Billy and Dusty had the big beards, looking like mountain men. And the guy actually named Beard was relatively clean-shaven, but had a mustache. His drumming was a huge part of that ZZ Top groove. Think Lagrange, Tush, Sharp Dressed Man, and Legs. ZZ Top was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2004. So there you go. 2/3 of ZZ Top gone. I don't know. I know they used to play, because I know with the Tampa Bay Rays, they used to show up at the seventh inning, or a concert they had after the game was over or something. I know at least one time they were there, and that wasn't too long ago. So let me see when the last time ZZ Top had a show with the three of them. What year was the last year that ZZ Top had a show with all three original members? And what year, if there was any shows with Beard and the two remaining members? I don't know if those two played still, got somebody else to replace the one that died. This shirt looks like a shower curtain from the 70s, or maybe even a kitchen curtain, huh? All right, searching for Billy Beard, Dusty. Oh, Dusty. Dusty Hill and Billy Gibbons. Who died? Originally, it was I forget which one died earlier. Oh, yeah, Hill. Dusty Hill died in 2021. I think Billy Gibbons was the main singer. I don't know. 2021, before Dusty Hill died, was the last show. So I don't know when he died in 2021, what month, but that was the last year that they had a show with all three of them. Gibbons, Beard, and they had somebody named Elwood have them join them from 2021 to 2025. Elwood Francis. 2025, Frank Beard's final year performing live with ZZ Top, so it was last year. Dusty Hill wasn't literally original in 1969 member. He joined in 1970, but Gibbons, Hill, Beard is the famous lineup that stayed unchanged for 50 years. So that's usually what people mean by the original ZZ Top. Supposedly somebody there before Hill for 1 year. How did Beard die? Did he have known illness or anything? That's what I'd like to know. Has he been fighting something, still playing? But they haven't played since last year, so he might have been. And they usually play some shows, spring, summer. So he might have been fighting something this summer. He was in hospice care with his family around him. So he might have had cancer or something. There were signs that he had been having health problems. Beard left ZZ Top tour on August 11, 2026. So he was still touring. it said 2025, but it says here Beard left ZZ Top's tour on August 11th, 2026 because of an unspecified illness. Only about a week before his death. The band never publicly said what the illness was. He also had health problems in 2025 when he missed shows for what was eventually described as foot and ankle issues, but those were said to have been resolved, though there's currently no evidence these problems caused his death. Frank Beard died at 77 after a recent illness. Yeah, so they're not going to say, but in hospice, well, he's 75, 76 years old. Things start to fail when you get old, whether if you don't have cancer, being that age, depending on the wear and tear of your body, genetics, whatever, kidney could go, liver could go, pancreas could go, anything. Certain of those organs, once that goes, everything else goes. So, well, prayers to Frank Beard. Is that his name, Frank? Yeah, Frank Beard. I don't know why I can't remember his name because I used to know somebody when I was a kid named Beard and Fred Beard, so I always think Fred, but it's a Frank. Yeah. Prayers for his family. Hopefully he died peacefully. I know most times you don't but die peacefully when you're in hospice care. They try to say you do, but they got you drugged up. But you're fighting for your life, basically. You're gasping for breath. And it's just a horrible. Might as well just come out with the lethal injection for people who are, what do you call that? When you got a disease and they know you're going to die, they give you 3 to 6 months to live or 3 to 4 weeks to live or whatever. Yeah, a fatal disease, something like that. Yeah, they know you're dying. We'll just give you the lethal injection option. Hey, we got some, what do you call it, potassium and the other things. Here we go. Got a nice shot for you if you want it. Get it over quickly. You won't have to suffer for these 2 or 3 weeks. Is it suicide? Perhaps, but it's a more peaceful way to go out, I guess. Instead of struggling to breathe, fucking having hallucinations. But some death experts say that's a natural process and it's a beautiful process. So. But I tell you what, I've had near-death feelings. What do you call it? When you're almost dying. The hell's that called? What's it called? Oh, I got it. Impeding feeling of death. I've had it a couple of times, especially when I had my lung surgery afterwards. Yeah, like sometimes I couldn't feel like I couldn't breathe. A couple of days later, and I feel like I'm gonna die. Like this is it. And even a few months later, I think I might have caught the COVID, January of 2020. Might have been something else. Who knows? It was about a year and 3 months after my surgery. And I really thought I was going to die because I have issues breathing. I was having like an impeding feeling of death. Now imagine having that and it not ending until you actually die. Because it was just I was trying to go to sleep, having a hard time breathing. Yeah, I know. Yeah, feeling of death is not fun. One time, I even still remember when I was drowning, I had that impeding feeling of death feeling when I was underwater. It's almost like you're still fighting, but you know this is it. Luckily, I was saved. And the other news. All right, sorry. Let's get off the what the guy I used to work with. I'd talk about people dying. Oh, you hear this celebrity's dying? Yeah. Oh, you hear this person died? You're like a Grim Reaper. Shut up. And he wasn't healthy, so maybe he thought I was like I was the Grim Reaper, like waiting for him. All right, what else? Venus Williams, now 46 years old, received a wild card into the 2026 U.S. Open, and she and Serena recently played doubles together again for the first time since 2022. And you'll probably get more mileage out of the Dallas Cowboys play. You'll probably get more mileage out. Dallas Cowboys play Baltimore in Rio de Janeiro on September 27th, with Ricky Martin performing the halftime show at Maracana Stadium. That's a ready-made "what the hell is an NFL Cowboy game in Brazil going to look like" topic. Brazil, anybody going to show up to that game? I don't know. Maybe because Ricky Martin's going to be performing. How old is Ricky Martin now? He's still performing? How old is Ricky Martin?
Ricky Martin.
I'm the same age as me. Wow. I guess he could be performing stuff. I thought he was older. God, when he came out with those songs, Living La Vida Loca, Shebang, Shebang, I thought he was older than me. I was young back then. What year did Shebang and Living La Vida Loca by Ricky Martin come out?
Livin' La Vida Loca by Ricky Martin came out in March 1999, and She Bangs followed in September of 2000.
2000. So I was 29 years old, almost 29 in 2000. And I thought Ricky was 30, 35. Oh, yeah, he was the same age as me. Isn't that wild? That's Living La Vida Loca. That's probably because Ricky Martin, I knew his name since the Menudo days. I wasn't a Menudo fan, but they were on like Kids Are People 2 type show back in the late 70s, early 80s. That's the only reason I knew of Ricky Martin. Never heard any music from him since then, all the way up to Livin' La Vida Loca came out. Anyhow, great news. I don't have anything else, do I? That's it. Madonna leads the 2026 MTV VMA nominations with 11. Does she have a great video or something? I didn't even know they made videos. While Taylor Swift has 9, Madonna has now received VMA nominations in every decade of her recording career. That's an easy damn she's still going discussion. Apparently it was. I haven't liked the song by Madonna in a long time. Give me a list of Madonna's top 40 hits from 1980s till now.
Madonna's top songs.
You dumb. Let me go with someone else because you interrupt me. Oh. Give me a list of Madonna's top 40 hits from 1982 till now. Let's see what the last hit was that I remember. All right, so they're going to 1982 was her debut era. Like a Virgin about it? No, wait. Borderline was before Like a Virgin, right? Borderline. Yeah, that's the first song I remember by Madonna, actually. Let's see if I know all the songs are going to pop up. I liked her back then. Those songs are good. I guess it was just the time, you know. I was 12, 13, 14. Some of those songs were like, you know, Papa Don't Preach. I was like, oh, I don't want to get a girl pregnant. I hear her Papa preaching either. One oddity worth flagging, I'm not sure if it's going to be on the list, is Get Into the Groove was not a top 40 hit for Madonna. Do you believe that? Get Into the Groove, boy. That was for the movie, Sincerely Seeking Susan, or whatever the hell the name of that movie was. All right, here we go. Chronologically, this one was before Borderline. Holiday. Holiday was their first hit, 1983. Reached number 16. Borderline 1984 reached number 10. Holiday, you could have a holiday. It would be so nice. Borderline, Lucky Star, 1984. Now I wonder if all these were off the same album. I remember Lucky Star. You could be my lucky star. Right. Like a Virgin, of course. Material Girl, big one. By that point, Material Girl, that was 1985. So from 1983 to 1985, Madonna matured a lot at that point. I don't know, matured mentally, but professionally, I guess you could say. Material Girl, Crazy for You, another one. That was for the movie Vision Quest, I believe. Also, I don't know if it was on one of her albums either, but Angel, 1985. I don't remember that one. Madonna, Angel, YouTube. Hope I don't get copyrighted. Of course, there's a commercial. Wait till this commercial. Angel by Madonna. I don't remember Angel. Oh, okay, I remember now. It's really funny is they have scenes from Material Girl and Like a Virgin, all her different videos. There might not be an official video for that. I don't know. Because it's showing clips from all of her other videos from that time before there. Okay. You must be an angel. Okay, I remember now after hearing it. All right. Dress You Up. I remember that one because she was wearing a weird green. Yeah, looked really weird, the outfit, color-wise. Live to Tell. That was another in the movie for Sean Penn. Forget the name of that movie, but that was 86. Number one. Her first number one hit actually was Like a Virgin. Crazy for You was number one. Like I said earlier, I forgot what the hell that song was. It disappeared. Yeah. Holiday. All right. Angel Dress Up, Live to Tell. Papa Don't Preach, number one. Live to Tell was number one also. So basically, her number ones at that point were Like a Virgin, Crazy for You, Live to Tell, Papa Don't Preach. True Blue, I remember that one because my high school football team was blue. And my girlfriend at the time, the radio station, requested a song for me, True Blue. Open Your Heart. True Blue was number three, though. Open Your Heart, number one. Open Your Heart. La Isla Bonita only made number four, but they played a lot on MTV. Who's That Girl reached number one. Who's That Girl? Causing a Commotion. I don't remember that one. It reached number two. Causing a Commotion, Madonna. Let's check how that one sounds.
You're thinking of Madonna's 1987 hit, Causing a Commotion.
Let's see. You got the news, baby. You got the yeah, there would be Causing a Commotion. Yeah, I remember that. Okay. That one, number two. Like a Prayer. Just like a prayer, you know I'll take it. That reached number one. Express Yourself, number two. Cherish, reached number two. Oh Father, I don't recall that one. I'm not going to look for it. Reached only number 20. That was 1989. Cherish was all right. Express Yourself, like Prayer. Now we're going to the 90s. As you notice, her last single there in the 80s, Oh Father, reached only number 20. 1989. We get in the 90s, Keep It Together, 1990, reached number 8. Back up there, Vogue, number 1. Hanky Panky, don't remember that one, number 10. Justify My Love, number 1, I remember that one. These are all 1990. 1991, Rescue Me, don't remember that one, number 9. So that was probably the final single off that particular album, I'm guessing. Then 1992, This Used to Be My Playground, number 1. I remember that one. Erotica, don't remember that one, and it's number 3, though. Deeper. Excuse me, Deeper. Why am I talking about Madonna? I don't know. 1992, number 7. Bad Girl, 1993, number 36. So back down again, but she kept coming back. I'll remember 1994. Don't remember it. She remembered, but I don't remember it. Number 2. Of course, I was overseas at that time. I was all less, Secret, 1994, number 3. I don't remember that one. Take a Bow. I do remember that one. That was number 1 towards the end of 94, going into 95. So it was the number 1 song at the end of 94, number 1 song at the beginning of 1995. I think. You'll See, 1995, number 6. Don't remember that one. You Must Love Me. Don't remember 1918. Don't Cry for Me, Argentina. I remember that one because they redid the movie and it had her playing Evita. Number 8. So that didn't even get up that high. Take a Bow was that her last number 1 hit? I might be. Let's check. Frozen, 1998, number 2. Power of Goodbye, Beautiful Stranger, American Pie. Music, 2000, that reached number 1. Music. I think I remember that one. Die Another Day. Does she have a James Bond song? It probably sucked, though. Number 8. Number 7, number 3, called 4 Minutes, featured Justin Timberlake and Timbaland. That might be it. 2010s, 2012, her last top 40 hit reached number 10. Give Me All Your Lovin', featuring Nicki Minaj and MIA. Of course, 2008, number 3, with Justin Timberlake and Timbaland. Her last top 40 hit solo was 2005 at number 7, Hung Up. Couple surprising ones, Sorry, only reached 58 in the U.S. despite being a number 1 hit in the U.K. and popular with The Weeknd and Playboi Carti, peaked at number 43. Just 3 spots short of the top 40. Her 2026 single, Bring Your Love, with Sabrina Carpenter, peaked at 74. And Madonna's stretch from the mid-'80s through the mid-'90s was ridiculous. 32 consecutive official singles from Holiday through Take a Bow made the U.S. top 40. So, yeah, that was her peak, man. I'm surprised. Number 1, her last number 1 hit was 2000 Music. But by that point, you got such a catalog, you really don't need no more hits. You just make bullshit. Your tours, you can still do all your other hits and play one song off the new album. Most likely. That's what a lot of bands do, yeah. Now, when I went to see my favorite band, the Rats, in 2010, they had a new album that year. They did play 2 songs from it, but the rest of it, the usual, You're in Love, Lay It Down, Round and Round, of course, Wanted Man, Back for More. I think In Your Direction, they played. I think they played You Think You're Tough. Lay It Down, You're in Love. I don't think they played anything off of Dancing on the Cover, Slip of the Lip. Maybe they played Slip of the Lip, but they didn't play Body Talk or Dance, of course. They haven't done Dance in concert, I believe, since 1987, 88. Don't quote me on that. It's such a really hard song to play live or something. I don't know. Probably for Stephen Pierce, a hard song to sing. Could be. I don't know. Yeah. So usually most bands, when they're already established, they come out with a new shitty album. Although Rat's 2010 album, I thought was the best rock album of the year, even though they didn't get it. They did win a couple awards for it, but Slash beat them out in a big award for best rock band or comeback album, and they should have got comeback album, best rock album. I thought 2010. Just me. Anyhow, when I heard that album, man, that was great. I heard clips of it online, of course, before it came out, which was horrible. But I was like, wow, this is going to be a pretty good album. And it was. And then even on 4/20, 2010, they released somebody recorded their video. They had a show at the Roxy or Whiskey Go Go or something like that. They played not the whole album, but a lot of songs from the new album. I thought they were pretty good live with that new album. Of course, they played some of their classic hits too, but they played at least 6 songs from the new album. I was like, man, Take a Big Bite. I can't remember all the songs they played off it, but you know. They didn't play Lost Weekend though. Anyhow, let's get the rest of this beer in the glass. I've been talking too much. Madonna. Anyhow, did I go on and on about Madonna? Yeah, Madonna, I mean, great hits for those years, but a lot of people, some people only like Madonna, those early 80s, early to mid to late 80s. And then after that, they don't like her. Some people didn't like that Madonna, but they like the 90s Madonna. Some people stayed true blue Madonna all the way through, from the beginning to the end. I think the worst Madonna is when she had that short blonde hair and it was really short in the back, and she wore those tight pants that were like leotards. She looked horrible during that, the way she dressed and everything. Ooh. I never thought Madonna was a really good looking person or anything. I think her personality came out more as a Vogue diva than her looks, because she never really looked that good. Just saying. Yeah. Anyhow, I asked Jeremy the other day with these 2 recent deaths, Frank Beard of ZZ Top and Hayden Panettiere. I was like, who's your next? Because, you know, people die in threes, you know. I was like, who's your next celebrity that's going to die this week for your Deadpool? There actually was I'm not sure if there still is a website, but there was a website back in the day, the Deadpool website, where you bet on which celebrity you think you're going to die. You put their name in there. They gave odds on all the names. And I never did it, but I went to the website just to look at it. And I'd be like, oh, yeah, they might be right about him. But then that person's still alive now. But I guess somebody who keeps tabs on it, like Frank Beard, if someone placed a bet on him last week, even Hayden Panettiere. You ever heard no news that the recent news that I heard of, I never heard she was a druggie. I didn't know Frank Beard was having, even though it was a little bit over a week ago, had to leave a show or couldn't make the show and ended up getting put in hospice. Who knows what happened to him? Yeah, hospice is a fun place. I want to be taken out. Don't let me go there. Won't be there. Nobody there to watch me anyhow besides the staff. And those staff ain't going to come in and check on you. They come probably check on you every 2 or 3 hours, probably, if that. You might as well be just left out in the gutter somewhere. But the only good thing about hospice is they give you some drug I don't know if it's morphine or what they give you, but calm me down a little bit. But yeah, I don't know what they were giving my brother, but he wasn't calmed down at first. But after about 3 or 4 hours there, he was calmed down. So whatever it was kicking in. not a sight to see. And I had to see my grandmother. Same thing last year, but or the year, not last year, the year after my brother. Yeah, not fun. Not fun at all. I used to think if you've been told, okay, you got 3 months to live, whatever amount of time to live, you got time to say goodbye to people. But when you get that news, that's not what you're thinking about. I think you're thinking about why me. You're in disbelief, probably different stages of grief going with that, you know. So I used to think that's the way I want to go, you know, get the news, be able to tell everybody goodbye, you know, talk about the good old days or whatever. But now, after I've seen a couple of people go through that, I'd rather just go out quick. Shag Dog, Spitter Swallow Beer Review. I'm sorry I rambled on so much. Thanks for subscribing, watching, commenting. It's too bad I don't get as many views and subscriptions and shares and stuff like that on here that I do my TikTok with my store stuff. 2 videos I got on TikTok, and I've got more views in 1 week on those 2 videos than I have with all my videos on YouTube right now. Crazy. Oh, well. What can you do, right? We'll see you on the next one. Spitter Swallow Beer Review. Next week, Jammer should be back. Bye.